Oh, nice. Man, this is good. Sorry, this is up here. All right, I'm back. Hopefully the lag's not going to be as bad. So what I'm doing today is I went out and about Sunday morning, cruising out for some VHS out in town. Hit up a couple Goodwills, Savers. Went to Zia Records in Tucson. Where else it go? So I guess that is. Sorry, let me turn down the volume because I can hear myself talking and it's get a little confusing here. We look at one camera. There we go. There I am. One one image to look at. This is my first bag I got of VHS from Bookman's. I have to say, Tucson is. I know it's a dead medium. I think Tucson is just behind the times of everything in general. So going out to find VHS tapes is you're gonna find the standard. You're gonna see a lot of like this one here, the Shadow of the Vampire. You see that quite a bit. It's a cool movie. I like it. I used to have it on DVD, so I saw it still sealed for $1. So add that back to the VHS collection. Again, movies like Shadow of the Vampire. There's a shitload of Titanic movies out there. Speed. I mean, when you're going out there, you can for sure you're finding these. If you don't have them, well, after you do own them, then they're no longer a treasure to find. I've never seen this one. I've seen just the title of it for me. It just always sounded kind of boring. But I love Stephen King. I'm starting to collect a lot of his movies again. Gonna set aside a section for him on my VHS shelf. So I got this Bookman's $2. Something bizarre has happened on board flight number 29. I'm already bored. I do not like movies up in the air. What was it? Oh, shit, I can't remember. Some movie where it was a heavy metal band playing up like in a cargo plane, and all the fans were up in the airplane. It was getting hijacked. It was just like Heavy Metal 3 or something stupid like that, which is okay. I mean, but Snakes on a Plane, and it's two tape movies, so it's going to be extra boring, I'm sure, which I hate to say. But I mean, Tom Holland, what does he do on this? Teleplay directed by Tom Holland. Man, I love fucking Tom Holland, so whatever, you know. Then after I was about ready to leave the first Bookman's, I'm like, I don't really have a whole lot of shit there. I mean, obviously stuff I got in the bag, but then I looked up, I saw this movie. I'm like, fuck, man, just see this out in the wild is pretty cool. We originally got a different version of this movie, like the director's cut. This one, they feel they had a little bit more value than just a dollar tape at Bookman's. This one was for $3. I'm assuming it's the right tape. Most of them were taped off here. So I'm gonna have to cut those. So I'm gonna have to trust that Bookman's check the tapes before they were selling to make sure it's the right one. But if I see this anytime out in the wild, I'm gonna buy this fucking thing because it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I can use it for artwork 'cause I like to paint on the VHS tapes. It's a backup. I don't care. I feel like I have to save these from the wild. They're just out there sitting, and they should be like in a true horror movie collectors like mine in their collection. So that was probably one of my favorites one that I found today. This one non-horror, but I used to have this on VHS as a kid. I still love it as much as today. Cheech and Chong's Nice Dream. This movie, I think, is just as funny as Up in Smoke, but their friendship is really deteriorating in this one. I feel like they're just really mean spirited to each other in this one, but it's still pretty funny. It also has what the brief cameo of Paul Rubin right around he was doing the Pee Wee Herman skit before it became a TV show, which I love Paul Rubin. I don't know how that man got a TV show for kids. Nothing wrong with him. It's just his material was raunchy, and how they turned it into a TV show was cool. But like I said, I don't know how that got past the networks. It for this bag, except for you got Pantera. Watch it go. I think this is all the three VHS tapes in the one. I hope. I mean, it's 2 hours long, so there's a lot of good shit on here. So I don't know exactly what's going to be on here. If it's those 3-in-1 videos. This one I did open just to kind of test it, and this one's got a badass fucking label on that. I like when they print shit out like that. Fucking cool. Tape looks pristine for $1. Like that shit. So first bag gone. And I went to Bookman's number 2. And I have to say, Bookman's, that place is as pretentious as it always has been. It's you're walking into like a club. It's a cliche to walk in there, and you kind of like people look at what you're buying. You're like, I got this weird look like VHS tapes. She's looking at me like, you want a bag for them too? Shit, you know. So yeah, the Burbs used to have this in VHS. I don't know. I've lost a lot of tapes recently. I think maybe a few for water damage, a few that the wife wanted me to throw out. Or just I don't shit. I don't know. In a rage of cleaning shit up, but this copy looks pretty fucking good. This one's not taped. I guess this book things they don't give a shit. Everything's just willy nilly. The Burbs label. I haven't got the. I think there's an upgraded Blu-ray version of this out there. I don't know if it has any special features, but this one breaks up there with me like with Monster Squad. Anything with Corey Feldman at this time, he was good in. He's cool now, but man, he was fucking king of the horror movies in the 80s. But I like this movie. This movie's awesome. We got The Wolfman, Universal Studios. Probably my third copy of The Wolfman. But again, if I see this shit out there, I will buy it for $1. I don't give a fuck. I will give it to a friend. I will use it for something. It'll be a backup copy. I don't care. That these covers, these versions of the Universal Monster VHS tapes, I think are almost even better than what they're doing with the Blu-rays and the DVDs. These are cool shit, man. So yeah, if you guys are watching this, I'm also gonna be promoting my page I've had for a year or two. Just haven't been too active on it. The Tucson Horror VHS on Facebook. So if you see stuff like this could be up for trade. So if you want to do trades or anything, let me know. This copy is pretty good, so I might keep it. I might trade a different one. I don't know. Another replacement VHS I've had before, Young Frankenstein. Didn't like this movie as a kid. I thought it was boring in black and white, but I was into Freddy Krueger at the time. What can you say? But I do love this movie. This movie is funny. It's classic. It's probably one of the best versions of Frankenstein. Even with De Niro, which I have over there, I don't think I've really seen. I'd stick with the original or that one. Non-horror, Pulp Fiction, but Fox looked pretty cool. I used to have this when it came out back in the day on VHS. Which I'm funny is this really the best way to watch it? And this has already been through 2011. This was at Goodwill for $1, still $1 at Bookman's. These are all like July turn-ins at Bookman's. I mean, that Quentin Tarantino, his best movie. His other shit's okay, but they fucking talk too much about his movies. In this movie, their talking is good. It's not putting me to sleep. It's not redundant. It's not the same shit. Pulp Fiction is his best movie he's ever made, will ever make. So that's how we feel about that dude. All right, Johnny Depp and John Waters Cry for cool movie. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Grease. I like the era.